Kaylee Whitehead here with Duval Sports. This is St. Augustine High School. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Rylan Sugar. This is, on my left is Brandon Johnson, running back. To my right, Nick Barlow, linebacker. And the far right, Robert Zuzu, D-line.
What are you most excited for this upcoming season?
I'm most excited for getting back at it and seeing how we do with the new players. I think we're going to be as good as we are every year. We just got to keep putting in the work and doing everything the right way.
And what would you say is the right way to prepare for the season?
Every day taking practice as serious as possible, no matter what game it is, no matter what week it is. Even if it's your bye week, you have to practice as hard as possible, and there's no ups and downs. You always got to stay up.
Would you say that you know what your team's strengths and weaknesses are going into this upcoming season?
Yes, most likely we like to have all of them strengths. We don't look at them as weaknesses. We just look at it as getting better.
Perfect. How many players do you have would you say that are outstanding on offense and on defense?
We have a good 5 on each side of the ball that will get everything done.
Okay, perfect. What is your one goal for the upcoming season as far as your record or going into the playoffs or anything like that?
Obviously, our goal is to go as far as we can in the postseason and go from there. We want to execute every week, we don't look at one week and say, oh, let's play good that week. We look at every week and say we're going to play as good as possible as we can ourselves every week.
How have you prepared for this upcoming season as far as conditioning and practice and going into formal practices now?
Mondays and Thursdays, we've been running every day, a lot of sprints to get used to the running in the heat because we don't have as many people this year as we've had in last years. So we're going to play both ways, but we're going to be a nasty group of physical guys no matter what.
Andre Ellis with DuvalSports.com. I'm here with the man, Coach Brian Braddock, St. Augustine High School coach. Thanks for joining us. High School Media Day.
Good to see you.
We got these mics in the way, man. Lots of people here talking. So, Coach, let's talk from the season. Great season, deep into the playoffs. Talk about last season. What are your feelings on last season?
Yeah, it was a great year. We had a lot of awesome players, some great kids, a great senior class, and they had worked very, very hard for 3 years, and last year showed that, and grateful that everything they had invested was able to be rewarded with such an awesome season, a nice playoff run, and anytime you're one of the last 4 teams in the state, you have to be pretty thrilled with your season, and we definitely were.
You went all the way down south, had a tough game down there. What did you learn from your team, and what have you told them this year, trying to build on something to prove this year, coming off such a successful season?
We were probably a little bit overmatched on paper in that game last year, and that's okay. I mean, that's going to happen in high school football. Didn't necessarily play our best, and maybe didn't handle the environment of the state semifinal real well. Now we've been exposed to that, and that's good. But as far as what we take from it, the kids who played in the game, they got some amazing experience. They got to play against some elite competition, but we see some of that in our regular season schedule as well. So we'll certainly take some of those good things, maybe from a coaching perspective and logistically might do some things differently as far as the travel and all of that next time. But honestly, I don't want to overthink it. We played a nationally ranked team, and they played well, and we didn't play the near perfect game we needed to play, and we got beat. So.
Let's talk about some of those players coming back. Who are some of your key players on offense and defense?
So offensively, we only bring back 2 starters. That's our center, Thomas Marrero, and an offensive guard, Desmond Edwards. Now at tailback, we do have a young man coming back who 2 years ago played a lot at tailback. He was our number 2 tailback as a sophomore, Brandon Johnson. Last year he played more corner than he did tailback, but he'll be back over on offense primarily this year. We have some younger kids at receiver, some guys who have been in the program that necessarily didn't get to play a lot last year that we expect to step up. Quarterback, we're probably going to have a sophomore. Be our starter, Sammy Edwards, and he's had a tremendous offseason, worked very hard, and we're excited about him. Defensively, we bring back a lot more experience. 6 or 7 kids on that side of the ball who have played a lot, played in big games, who've been very successful. So certainly, we opened the season with 6 straight playoff teams. We're going to need to lean on our defense against that good competition.
You lose a leader at running back, lose a leader at quarterback, at wide receiver, some big-time studs there. Who are some of your leaders that you're relying upon to kind of fill that gap? And last question, what are you telling your team going forward, the outlook for the season?
Sure. So defensively, the guys that are back that have quality experience that we need to lead us up front. We've got Robert Zuzu, who was second team All-State last year and has been a tremendously productive player for 2 years now, and we're looking forward to a huge senior year. Darius Stanley is he has the capacity to be a dominant defensive lineman. He's also going to play some running back. The second level of the defense at linebacker, we bring back our 2 inside linebackers, and Rylan Sugar, Nick Barlow. We expect them to be tremendous players this year. And then in the secondary, Jaden McDowell was one of the best defensive backs in North Florida, in my opinion, last year as a sophomore. And we expect him to lead and have a tremendous year and to continue to grow from last season. So
he's a big hitter.
Yeah, no, he's a quality player. Now he's got to do it in 2018. 2017 was great, but time to go out there and do it this year. And we expect those guys to take the lead early on in the season.
Coach, thanks so much. Good luck this season.
Thank you.